Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today I wanted to discuss on a story that has been popular over the past week on anti-corporate Reddits and now on the news and the Daily Mail and whatnot. So there was a man, Mr. Kevin Ford, who has been working at an HMS host Burger King in Texas for 27 years now. And this man is in his 60s. He's approaching retirement, and he was quoted later after the news got to him that the reason he's staying there is because he doesn't want to lose out on retirement. That sounds like corporate. It rhymes with Bell, but I'm not going to say it. And it starts with a letter H. So, this guy likes his job. I'm not going to say he loves his job, but he likes it enough to be there for 27 years, because if he truly hated it, you would have left a long time ago. However, through his GoFundMe, there was a little story written by his relative that he's doing this to support his family. Well, he did it at first, and I'm sure it's not as easy as just, oh, I don't like this job, let's quit. I'm sure that's a great privilege for many people, but others cannot just simply up and quit their jobs, and especially as you're getting older and you've worked so many years. I'm sure he's just not in a lowly position. Some people have commented in the subreddits that he might be a assistant manager or someone who's one step up above from an employee. Even after so much time, he's not earning great money. He received a goodie bag from HMS Host, which has a whole consortium of negative reviews for being extremely gray in the corporate world. They don't care about anybody but profits. Profits matter most, and they usually have, for example, fast foods or anything with travel, with tourism, in high traffic tourist areas, such as an airport. HMS Host has this Burger King at. And the reason HMS Host is mentioned is because there's a little HMS logo on the little goodie bag that he received. So he received some candy, he received a lanyard, 2 pens, and a movie ticket. Oh, okay, maybe it's a movie he doesn't like, maybe it's a movie he does like, whatever. Movie ticket's probably the most expensive thing in that goodie bag. That goodie bag is probably worth a couple bucks, because that goodie bag has probably been given out to many people. And if that's what you get for 27 years of loyalty, where supposedly he never missed a day of work, then people obviously got upset once they heard that. And the most disappointing thing is, at least in the video, I'm not sure if he was faking it or not. Some people think he was just putting on a little mask and whatever. It's not something we should focus on, because let's be real, if you were in that man's position, you'd probably be dead inside. I know I would. I know I wouldn't stay there 27 years. I wouldn't stay there a single year. But working at a fast food restaurant, I've never worked in fast food. I've worked in, technically I have, I've sold hot dogs for hot dogs and pizza for 2 weeks, and it was not fun. It was a very fast-paced environment, and that's just hot dogs and pizza, and it was at a relatively good pay rate, and there was bonuses and whatnot. This was for a company that had great reviews, great surveys done for it, but it definitely wasn't for me. And people loved it because you were getting paid $16 an hour, more than McDonald's and Burger King and KFC and all this stuff. So the thing is, when I worked there, I saw how hard these people are working, and it's not just when the place is open. You're staying there after hours to clean up everything, and that's the worst part. Everything's so messy and dirty. You have to prepare for the next day, make sure all the frozen food is ready for the next day. You have to unpack all this stuff, and some of this stuff is pretty heavy. It is physical work. You have to move a lot. You have to unpack these things. These are frozen bags that are like 50 pounds, and the hardest workers were with the chickens, the frozen chickens, and making sure they're on the rotisserie. Those guys, that is an insane job. You're working with super hot ovens, and they're super heavy when they're frozen. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this is it's a tough job. And it's a job that if you're working at Burger King, there's a lot of people who aren't going to respect you, even though they should, because you're the one that's making their food and you're working hard and not getting paid very well for this. And they are receiving a luxury. They are getting their food in a fast manner because they didn't want to make it at home. there's going to be a lot of people who disrespect you. And this man has been loyal for 27 years and has not missed a day of work, has not called in sick, which I'm pretty sure in that 27 probably was sick. It is just absolutely insane that with everything going on in the world, this guy still put on a mask and seemed grateful for this goodie bag. And the reason I'm mentioning this is it's crazy what's happening with the economy right now. It's crazy how many millions and potentially even billions of people are working in jobs that they don't like, for pay that doesn't fully support whatever their needs are sometimes. I mean, especially if you're working for minimum wage, it is a tough job. And where we're heading right now, corporate America and also globally, worldwide, there are less benefits. The hours are turning longer. The rates. It's absolutely tragic what's happening to this man's life. And for retirement, this is what it's bringing me to make this video. First of all, the whole story, it's just tragic. You're in your 60s, and yes, you do have a job, and yes, you're not homeless, and yes, it could always be worse, but it's probably not a great life. Well, thankfully, GoFundMe, a lot of news stations, everyone got the word out, and right now it's $127,000 has been donated. I think it's probably going to hit well over 150,000, maybe over 200,000. Link's going to be down below if you want to donate or not. But it's crazy. With this man, I was very moved by his story because I understand that he's a representation of thousands of people in every city and town around the world that are just living to get by and to survive onto another day, and they're probably not living a luxury lifestyle, that's for sure. They're probably not really living a good life. They're just living and just there and just present, and that's kind of it until the day they die. They're hoping for retirement. There's plenty of people who will never even get retirement because they will have to work until the very day that they die, or there's not going to be Social Security income or a pension fund. And some people are extremely privileged, and I'm sure I'm one of those as well. I'm sure many of us watching this video are privileged, and it's tough to say that sometimes. But yes, there's many situations where people are in a lot worse situation. I'm not in a great financial situation. I'm in debt. I'm living paycheck to paycheck every single week, and I've got tons of bills, but I'm making more money than some other people. And if I was in their position, I'd have to go bankrupt and things would be a lot worse. So even though I'm living paycheck to paycheck and many weeks I'm negative, at least I have a car. At least I have a place I'm renting. At least I'm able to buy groceries and buy gas and whatnot. And we're heading into a recession where things are going to get a lot tougher right now. And it's absolutely sad with retirement that people, even if they've lived a long life and worked so many years in America, you're not going to retire well. And it's crazy because you work so many days without benefits. And if this guy, even working at Burger King, the same job, if this guy moved to like Germany or Switzerland, if he was able to, obviously Switzerland is a crazy example because trying to get citizenship over there, it's insane. But if he was to marry someone, still pretty difficult, but definitely attainable. Let's just pick Germany, because Switzerland obviously is going to be getting paid a lot more. And even someone who's packing bags at Aldi, a normal store, Lidl, is going to be making a lot of money. A lot for Americans. $4,000 to $5,000 for just working a minimum wage job over here, where you're making less than $2,000, making sometimes $1,500 in low pay states. Some states have minimum wages of $7. That's absolutely insane. Here it's $12, but there's other higher states at 16. But again, high cost of living areas. So there's many factors. But you take in these benefits, and if you were to work a normal corporate life, like, it's crazy luxury. You have like 30 days of vacation time and so many benefits and maternal pay and all this. And over here, some companies, you barely have any benefits, or you don't even have benefits. There's some companies that are being a little bit more progressive and whatnot, but some people are going to say capitalism rules, and I am definitely a hardcore capitalist, where I think in many cases capitalism does rule over some of these other companies in other countries where they're not making as much money because they're restricted by regulations. However, there are certain elements, as someone who is a employee, as someone who is a worker, I'm viewing things from both lenses. And if I'm trying to imagine myself, if I was in this guy's shoes, if I was working 27 years as a fast food worker, it's a tough job and barely any benefits. If he was in Germany, maybe a little bit more benefits, obviously, compared to our European counterparts. They have it better. This is a life that many people, when they're kids and teens, don't dream of. I hope this amount of money is able to change this guy's life. For many people in America, you are working long hours, you're not getting paid enough, and with inflation, with everything where the country's heading right now, you have to have a plan B. Maybe crypto is a plan B, maybe stocks are a plan B, maybe 401k, planning for retirement early, that is a plan B. But if you're already old, things are going to get a lot worse. And when Social Security income disappears eventually, and you don't have a pension fund, and you don't have any investments, and you have to live in debt, there are people who are 60s, 70s, 80s, even in their 90s, and they have to take out debt and credit cards. And I've had customers who are 88 years old looking for a car loan. I'm sure they could have probably purchased it cash, but it's just crazy to me that, you've got so many different financial situations in America and around the world, and financially things are going worse right now, and many people are going to struggle, and some people are not going to be able to get out of this. It's crazy. If you have any medical bills, that don't even get me started on that. But we're not here to talk politics. We're not here to talk anything apart from this man's story is tragic. And there are many things about corporate America that I would change. I'm a capitalist. I like corporations to an extent, but there's a lot of stuff that would have to get revised. But hey, nothing's perfect. I don't know. I just want to make a little video on this. So thanks for watching. A little different, but crypto is going to be our savior. If you just save up all your money and go into crypto, you're going to be saved. Just kidding. But anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this guy. Take care. Bye.